AITA for not allowing my son to go to his friend's house because of his parents' alternative lifestyle? Over the current school year, my 7-year-old son has become good friends with a boy in his class. I've allowed the boy to visit for playdates at my home but made excuses when his mom invites my son to her house. I feel like a prude to say it, but I don't agree with their lifestyle and don't want my son exposed to whatever goes on in their house. The boy's mom is in her early 30s and his father is around 60. They are also polyamorous, and another woman lives in their house, and she also has children with the father. The father has a lot of children, many of them adults now, and has grandchildren and a great-grandchild that are older than his youngest child. I don't want my son exposed to their family dynamic, as I think having multiple partners living with your children is wrong and this will set a bad example for my son. He has already asked me questions because he has been confused about what his friend has told him and doesn't understand how his friend has 2 moms and a dad. I am also concerned about what he may see or hear at their home, as they are very alternative parents. There are several teenagers who live in their home, and I would be concerned about how they would treat my son or what he would learn from them. The family has a bad reputation locally and I haven't heard great things. A mom friend of mine lives on their street and says they regularly have loud parties with all sorts of people there, and the kids are constantly riding dirt bikes up and down the street. They're semi-rural but still it's noisy. The mom seems very nice, and the boy has been polite and mostly well behaved at my home, some swearing, but after I told him we don't allow it he stopped. The last time I turned down the boy's mom's offer to a playdate, she wasn't taking no for an answer. The mom told me she could do any time and day, would pick him up and drop him off. I couldn't say no, so I told her I would get back to her and have been avoiding her ever since. My son has also been begging to go over to his friend's house as his friend told him that his mom had asked, and I said no. He's brought it up a lot and has called me rude names over it. Apparently, his friend has a skate ramp in his backyard, as well as a tree house, trampoline and zipline. To him that sounds awesome. To me it sounds dangerous. My husband thinks I'm being an asshole by not allowing the playdate for superficial reasons and that I'm upsetting our son for no reason. He admits he shares my concerns over the polyamorous relationship the parents have and isn't sure our son should be exposed to it, but argues he already has been exposed from his friend who talks to him about it. Am I the asshole for denying a playdate? I'm not stopping them from being friends and still allow they boy around my house. I don't see why it matters where they play and therefore would prefer it happening in my home where it is safer.